Hey there, it's Boots Owen here. This is a Fagor washer dryer. It's an integrated appliance FUS 6116 IT. Let's have a look at it there. There it is. Nothing particularly wrong with the washing machine end of it as far as I can tell. The only thing cosmetic wrong with it is that the data plate here that shows the different programs is worn off. But when I tried it on the tumble, we had some serious issues with the fan blower motor. So there's a fan here that takes air and blows it through this metal box which has a big heating element in it, and that blows it down, blows the air down into the front of the rubber seal around the door. So let's get a closer look in here. This fan was bouncing all over the place and making quite a noise. See that little fan there, it's jumping from side to side. It's not sitting in bearings this end, the camera end at all. And I want to just take it apart and have a look at it, because I think I'm not going to fix this machine. Simple as that. So I want to see what I can do about it. I'm not actually sure this is going to be easy to get out, because I have a suspicion now, looking at it, that this is all a sealed unit right down the back to the bottom. To get it out, might not be easy at all. So I'm wondering, can I just take the motor off? That might be possible. There's a little plate on here held on with a selection of screws. Now to get them off won't be easy without taking this off. But it might be possible. No, I don't think so. I think I have to take the screws here off from the other side. So I can't see where we're at with that. Let me put the machine on its side. So I might have been wrong about that looking from above. It might be possible for me to undo these screws here. These hold this plastic pipe onto the back of the tub. I'm expecting there'll be 3 of them. And if you see down below here, there's the element on the back of the machine, and that's easily accessible. That's a kind of a good design there. Likewise, the motor you can get into from below or from behind, or from a combination of behind and below. So that's good too. Right, I've got 3 screws out there. So then there's just the 2 up here on top to do. Maybe it'll just fall off. Don't drop it. Because of my ability to cut myself on these machines, I've put gloves on. Let's pull off these connectors here on this motor. I know the motor works. And then there's connectors here. And they were loose before, they'd come off before, so if you pull them off, this won't be stuck. Now there's a black hose to the side of it there, which I will struggle to take off until it's out, but it might be possible to get out like that. Yeah, that's it. There's a gasket on here. Let's get that off. Bit of crummy dust in there. Feels quite heavy, this thing. There's the hose. Pull it around with my finger, the hose clip, so that I can get a grip on it. Pull that off, and then that's the unit there. That wasn't so bad actually. It's the fan unit. There's a bit of water in it. You can see the blades in there. Let's take this out, take it apart and have a look at it. It's number 2 Phillips by the looks of things. I don't really like washer dryers, and if this one isn't working, I'm not sure I'm going to bother fixing it. But I would like to see just how bad it is. So it's that rotor there bouncing around like that is what the problem seems to be. And if these are working, these are handy things to make your own little dust extractor or cyclone separators or things like that for, you know, vacuum cleaners, workshop vacuum cleaners. Or if you were doing soldering, you could make a little extractor fan to blow air outside. I kind of know because the labels are worn off with the programs on this machine. I kind of know that it won't be easy to sell if I wanted to. Just not going to bother trying to fix it, which is kind of lazy, but there you go. Is that it? Just breaks off. There we go. There's some snots in there and some crustiness. That's the bottom, I guess. It's crusty and rusty in there. And then there's a nut on here. And given that it's completely green, I'm wondering if it's seized. No, it seems to be free now. Just looking at it carefully. It's turning, but it's not coming off. What I suspect is happening is that that's actually a clamp on the shaft. So I need to grip this inner thing as well. Maybe if I grip this. I don't think this is going to come apart without damage. And if I take out the screws around the side, which I could probably just about get out even though they're pretty rusty, the motor won't come off because it's still stuck on there. What I can try, okay, I've kind of made a commitment now that I don't want this machine, that I don't think it's worth fixing, so I'm going to see if I can get this little fan blade off the end. Yeah, right, that's it, just presses off with a screwdriver. Then let's take off these two nuts here, because that might give me a look at the bearings on this end without having to take apart the other end. There's a little nut just falling out the bottom there. And given that I might not put this back together, a nut and a bolt like that's kind of handy to have, especially if you're fixing things like bicycles. They're a good handy size. I think that's like an M4 or an M5, or maybe not, maybe it's not metric, but it's that kind of size. If you have the nut and the bolt together, it doesn't really matter if it's metric or not. And in here, this is a shaded pole induction motor. I think this is the problem here. This bearing should not be so loose. And the actual bearing seems okay. It's more like the bearing housing. The bearing in the housing, so this whole end seems to be the bit that's at fault. So if you see there, it rattles around by about 2 millimeters, and that was stopping the fan from coming on at the start. And then, so if it gets stuck in the wrong position, it just stays stuck. Let's have a look inside. The metal seal here just pops off. I don't know if it would pop back on again. And then in here is the, it's a felt pad. Oh right, okay, so the bearing is just this bronze ring. So I guess this is meant to hold oil, and it's completely dry. This is the bearing, and it sits in here, and then it's held in by this spring spider here, and that springs against this retaining clip here. Interesting bearing. I haven't seen one like that before, but sure, it's bloody useless because it doesn't work. I think there's meant to be a load of oil in here, and either because it's a tumble dryer or because of something else, these pads, I think they've just dried out, and that's caused a bit of wear in here. Just clean this out, you can have a better look at it. Clean up this bronze bushing. So there's the bushing, and it's all worn on one side. It has a little groove worn on the other side, so the little groove's probably where the spring clip pushes against it, and on this side it's where it sits in here. It's just worn out. I don't think this bronze bushing has to turn. I think the shaft turns inside it. So it might have happened that the oil dried... Oh, there we are, okay. The oil on this shaded pole induction motor shaft, on this shaft here, dried out. So once the oil dried out, I suspect what happened is the little bronze bushing seized on the shaft. Because the shaft's meant to spin in the bushing, but if the bushing seized on the shaft, and then the bushing started to spin in its housing and wore out the housing, I think that may be what happened. It's just a guess, looking at it. But so because of that, it's dead. And I'm not going to bother putting that back together. If I don't put it back together, it can't work as a washing machine because it's got a hole in the back of it. I think what I'm going to do is hot wire it and throw a brick in it, because that's the mood I'm in these days. Right, maybe about these little motors. I hope. I hope this was useful. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.